Okay, so I'm going to talk about some more stuff today. As usual, I'm trying to put as much information out there as this shit grows and grows and grows. I've talked about Garrett Adcock and what he said to me. That was a big ass clue that these fuckers were telling people and enlisting boyfriends. And I touched on this months ago, that his fucking ass not only blocked my third Facebook I had to create because I couldn't remember my account passwords to get in. He blocked my third Facebook, knew I had a third Facebook that I had to open up. His mom and sister blocked my Facebook. They're enlisted in this, and I told them in the video, I said, you're gonna fucking regret this, because now you've tied your sister and mom, who allegedly came from an abusive background and an abusive ex-husband, from what you told me, into your shit in which you're an abuser, and you're still triangulating. Still, to this day. With your stupid narcissistic personality disorder. And I said this again, it's sex trafficking. That's how fucked off this shit is. So that's another confirmation that these little fuckheads have information that they shouldn't have about where I'm at, new Facebooks, paying attention to me. I'm pretty sure his bitch ass has watched the video. His video got a shit ton of views apparently. I don't know if people are actually watching the video or if they're just clicking on it, because like I said, on Father's Day, because my stupid alleged father, who's a sex trafficker, who knew about this shit, I mean, seriously, I decided to honor him on Father's Day, because, you know, I'm supposed to ruin the holiday because I'm the narcissist and I'm the one being abused, and I've had every version of a trauma bond returned to me as a use of excuse to pull me back in. And because of this technology, not only do I have to fight the idea that it's a trauma bond, I have to remind myself about the reality. Is it really the trauma bond, or is it them? Because I think it's them using trauma bond as an excuse to pull me back in. But people actually go through this shit where they have trauma bonds and assholes use them to keep them pulled in. This got used with me with my ex Steven Stickney. It split me and my boyfriend of 9 months up, Matthew Stanwyck, and I up. This got used, Garrett used this as a tactical maneuver to split Craig Matralis and I up. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I would love to take all responsibility for everything, but I'm not fully responsible for all this shit. And I have, like, literally no control over what they can make me do or not do. It's bullshit. It's absolutely fucking bullshit. My parents used it as a way to maintain. That way they could, you know, pretend to be there, not be there. My mother used the tactic, knowing what they were doing and knowing how bad I was struggling, to keep the place I was staying at, that I no longer live at, clean, so I wouldn't get in trouble and get kicked out. She used the excuse that Dr. Romney talked about, when the narcissist decides to come in and clean up their own mess that they help create in your life. And I told my mother no. I said, I don't want her helping me clean. Because quite frankly, I told her that before I even knew that that was a tactic that could be used. And quite frankly, I'm glad it got to be no, for whatever reason. As shitty as my situation is, that was something that was a maneuver, because they're still lying, they're still gaslighting you. It's classified as a version of a love bomb. It's bullshit. It's absolute fucking bullshit. I covered that these pieces of crap are malignant narcissists that I usually deal with. They're fucking monsters. And I told you my families seem to have raised their kids about this information, about this technology, and about how this shit works, teaching them how to gaslight, how to go about it, how to maneuver shit. Basically, they brought them up to be antisocial, to have to have antisocial personality disorder. They raised them with the inferiority ego of whatever I say goes. I get to break the law. I get to do whatever I want, and I'll put on a show to look like in front of for the most part, this person, this police officer, and that I'm obeying the law. But the reality is you already see yourself as above them because you're handing down your own version of shit. And you're classifying it as a mental illness from myself, which narcissists, especially malignant narcissists, they would be all over this shit. This shit would be like crack cocaine to them, heroin, inject me, let me get high every fucking day. My vehicles, I've had to pay a price. My mom, a long time ago, got me when I was in high school, cashed out her insurance on herself, her life insurance, apparently. But that's the story I was told. And paid for my grandmother's Ford Taurus, and I needed to pay back $4,000, and then I got kicked out right beforehand, on top of everything else. I never got around to get stable enough to be able to make the payments, to be able to do what I needed to do, to be able to get in a stable way where I could make the payments. They ended up being able to repossess the car. Long story short, they got the car back themselves. Ended up with a tire busted, and my father told me some extra major damage was done on it. Anyways, I get pregnant. Talked about this before. They conned, manipulated, and guaranteed that they got what they wanted out of it, so I had to give my child up for adoption. On top of that, I bought my brother's car, his RAV4, for $4,000. Shortly after I got it, these little fuckheads, and this, they will never ever admit to this, but I know it's related to them. And the fucked up thing is it goes along with one of my favorite comedians, which is like, he's a total douchebag. Don't get me wrong, but I used to say he made me laugh when I was really depressed throughout like a major spell of depression after my ex-boyfriend, Matthew and Sam, when we broke up, and it kind of like perked me up about shit. He has a joke where he's talking about being 4 cars back at a red light, and some asshole hits him going like 50 miles an hour. I was literally 4 cars back at a red light, and a Mustang slams into me going like 50 miles an hour. Totals the RAV4. I get $6,500 for the car, but because I'm getting ready to have to move out again, or in a position where I feel like I need to move out again once I need to get a new car, I don't want just a small typical car. I want something that I feel comfortable that if something bad happened and I end up having to be in my car or move or something like that, I want to be able to move my shit, or I want to be comfortable in my car where I can be okay. And I want a vehicle that size because I'm already thinking catastrophic level, because things always seem to go bad and south in my life. So I went for a vehicle that costs a little bit more, and my dad had to help me out with it, and I was supposed to pay him back for it, and I never got around to being able to be stable enough to be able to pay him back for it. Once again, I put myself apparently in this position thinking I'd be smart about it, and screwed myself, and they were able to fucking recollect on that as well. The current car I have, my father helped me pay for it, fix and get fixed so that it would be passable for inspection, is now broken down. I only had the inspection done just not even like too long ago. Not even that long ago, before this fucking car was like falling apart. And this guy said, like, I'm seriously like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I've got a fucking exhaust vent that apparently got fucking patched up or repaired or was good to go enough so that it passed inspection, that's about to fall off of it. And this damn thing is so fucked off from the exhaust fucking vent being broken the way it is now, that was supposed to be part of the patch repair for the fix for me to pass inspection, has helped fuck my engine up even more. So it's fantastic. So like I said, they get their fucking payment one way or another. I'm supposed to say it's a coincidence, but the amount of guys with the exact same name of my father, or the first guy with the exact same last name as my birth father, those are not coincidences. They were done on purpose. My cousin Stacy's been a big fucking person that they've been talking about with this, and she's been a part of this. When I worked at Tom Thumb, there was this homeless guy that lived in his car that would come in, and I think the nickname that people gave him was Santa Claus, which is funny because Christmas seems to be a big deal that they keep bringing up all over the place. Multiple reasons, but we had an assistant store manager. Her name was Miss Stacy. That's not her last name. This guy touched her butt at the store and sexually assaulted her and was banned from the store and was no longer allowed on the property. And I'm almost 100% positive they had something to do with it. I don't know how to explain it. It sounds crazy. It sounds absolutely shitball crazy, but this is how these fucking assholes operate. So I've told people multiple times, these fuckheads are not just a danger to me, they're a danger to other fucking people, and these little assholes all around are helping these fuckers get away with shit. And I'm telling you right now, you're gonna pay for helping these little assholes out. It's gonna come back and bite y'all in the ass. I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God. If they're gonna do it to me, if they're gonna violate my rights, if they're gonna do all that stupid antisocial bullshit with their narcissistic personality disorder tied into it, and do all this shit to me, if they're gonna threaten my son, if their goal as people that they are is to absolutely take my worst nightmare and make it their glory, that they'll do to you. And you little assholes are rolling over and helping these little fuckheads get away with it. So suck my dick if you're helping these pieces of shit. I didn't lie. I'm not making this up. I know it sounds shitball crazy. I know I'm supposed to look shitball crazy. That is their point. They love it. They love it. And yet, I know so many of you know about this. And so many of you are keeping your mouth shut. So go fuck yourself if you're helping them.